Welcome to part 2 for getting started. In this video, we'll talk about the course navigation and how to add content. To start, I'm going to select the course name, BB Training 12. By default, your course shell is empty, but you can request and import content or complete a course copy command. There are 3 components to your e-learning course. The first is the content area, the page students use to interact with your course. The second is the course menu that students use to navigate around your course. And the third is the course management control panel. Only instructors and people responsible for your course can see and access the control panel. Moreover, students can only see what you make available inside of the course menu and content area. Therefore, it is very important to ensure that your edit mode is on. If your edit mode is off, then you not only lose the ability to edit and manage your course menu and content area, but you also lose the ability to see and access course menu links that are empty or hidden. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the edit mode back on. Be sure to use the student preview mode. If you select Enter Student Preview, you can navigate and engage with your course as a student. Therefore, you can test your course settings, such as ensuring that automatically graded tests award full points, or ensure that the grade calculation setups for your midterm and final grade are correct in the Grade Center. I'll go ahead and select Exit Preview, and then continue to return to my course. I'm going to focus on the course menu. You notice that if I move my mouse just to the right of the course menu, I receive a command to hide the course menu. So if I've accidentally hidden my course menu, I can always make it reappear by selecting the Show Course Menu tab. Next, notice that Faculty Instructions has a white square with a gray slash. This indicates that faculty instructions is deliberately hidden from students' view, thereby allowing instructors to select a link to review the web page, tutorials, and handouts that provides handy information on how to create and manage e-learning course material. I'll go ahead and select the breadcrumb, BB Training 12, to return to my course, and focus on the links with the gray square. Course homepage, assignments, quizzes, and exams are hidden from students because they are empty and need some sort of content added from one of the choices from Build Content, Assessments, and Tools. By contrast, students can immediately see Announcements, Discussion Board, Calendar, My Grades, UT Dallas Email, and Blackboard Collaborate, as they are tool links meant for a single task for the instructor to manage the course or to communicate with students, or for the students to communicate with the instructor or to interact with the rest of the class. The last link you see here is Microsoft Teams. This is a web link, and I can tell by selecting its option button, I see among its choices web link. But regardless of the type of link I have in my course menu, all menu links have the option to rename, hide, or delete. Because my course offers 2 choices for creating pre-recorded lectures and live webinar sessions, I'll need to make a choice to use Blackboard Collaborate or Microsoft Teams. For this demonstration, I'm going to just hide Blackboard Collaborate by selecting its option button and selecting Hide Link, so my students can only see Teams. But if I change my mind at some point, I can always select the option button again for Blackboard Collaborate and then choose Show Link. If I want to add a brand new link to my course, all I need to do is select Add Menu Item from my course menu and choose from one of the options. It just so happens I want to create a new link for the final project, so I'll select Content Area. And because the orange asterisk indicates I need to complete the command, I'll type in the name Final Project. And if I leave available users alone and just submit, you notice that final project is both empty and deliberately hidden. This means once I've added something inside of my final project link, I'll need to select the final project option button and then select the show link command. To rearrange the order of my course menu links, all I need to do is move my mouse to the right of the link name, and when the mouse arrow changes, click and drag. If by chance I'm not able to use my mouse, I can always select the keyboard accessible reorder button represented by two arrows pointing in opposite directions. And from its pop-up menu, move my links and then submit, and then select OK to confirm changes. And now that I've showed you the basic commands for managing your course menu, I want to point out that I'm going to focus on the course homepage, as it is also the course entry point. The course entry point, or course entry page, is the very first page students are supposed to see when they select a course name from the course list. However, because it is devoid of content, e-learning users are directed to the first visible link in my course menu, Announcements. I plan to use my course homepage to add important information and course modules. So I'm going to use options from Build Content. Build Content allows me to create material students can read, download, or watch. Please note, the options in Build Content cannot be used for grading. As you can see, there are several choices, but I'm going to focus on the most popular three: Item, File, and Content Folder, as these three can help you add material and organize content 90% of the time inside of your course. So I'll start with the simplest one, File. File allows you to create a downloadable link. In this example, I'm going to use my file to add my course syllabus. In the required field, I'm going to type in the name. And in the choices to find a file, I'm going to use Browse Local Files to upload my syllabus. Note that if I chose the wrong file, I can always select a different file. But in the meantime, I'm going to scroll down and look at the options. To ensure that my e-learning course does not disappear when a student selects the syllabus link, I'm going to change the Open in New window from No to Yes. I'm going to also leave the standard options alone. So I'll go ahead and select Submit. I'll go ahead and test out the syllabus. And you can see a new tab appears. And I now have confirmation I've downloaded my syllabus. I'll go ahead and close the tab, and thereby return to my course and close my confirmation message. Next, I'm going to go back to Build Content, go to Build Content to create an item. An item also requires a name, but it also has more options in that it has a text editor where I can create content that students can immediately see inside of a course, as well as add more files for the students to download. In planning my course, I have a document that lists all the titles and instructions I want my students to follow. I'm titling my item as Getting Started, and I'm going to copy several instructions. Notice that when I tried to copy and paste into my text editor, I receive an option to remove formatting or keep formatting. Whenever you're given this choice, always choose Remove Formatting. This is to ensure that your text appears consistently inside of your course, and if you want to add changes, be sure to use the options in your text editor. I'm going to go ahead and change this to heading. As you can see, a text editor offers basic word processing options, but there are other commands, starting with Add Content. Insert local files obviously means grabbing a file from your computer. If you have already uploaded files to your e-learning course, you can access those files from the Insert Content Collection command. And lastly, you can also add files from your cloud account. I'll go ahead and close out. The next two tools inside Text Editor I want you to draw your attention to is Preview, which allows you to review your text editor settings. It looks like the font sizes are consistent. I'll go ahead and select Close. And the last thing I'll do is run the accessibility checker. Looks like I'm good right now, so I'll select OK. Scrolling down, you notice that I have more options in Item than I did in File. I can also click and drag files to this marquee hotspot and see the file automatically queued up. And if I do not want to add the file, I'll just select Do Not Attach and confirm OK. Going down to Standard Options, I'm going to keep the setting to Yes and then Submit. If I need to change or adjust, I can always select the Option button and from the choices go to Edit, make my changes, and then Submit again. To move my content, all I need to do is move my mouse arrow to the right, and when my mouse arrow changes, click and drag. And just like in the course menu, I also have a Keyboard Accessible Reorder button as an option to move my content. Now I'm going to go back into Build Content and create a folder. We recommend actually using a content folder to spare your students from scrolling and hunting for information. So I'm going to create a folder, label it Unit 1, and in the text box explain that it contains Week 1 and Week 2 materials. I want to start demonstrating what happens when you change the standard options. So I'll go ahead and select No, and then Submit. And you notice that although Unit 1 appears in my course homepage, it now has the message Availability, Item is hidden from students. The icon is also grayed out to remind me that the Unit 1 folder is completely hidden for students until I select the Option button and either go back into Edit to turn on the standard option to Yes or select Make Available to Students. Now that I've covered the course menu and content area, I want to go to the Control Panel and focus on the content collection. If I select the course name, BB Training 12 from the content collection list, I'm taken to my course's central file storage. Anytime you upload a file into your course, it ends up in your content collection. So make sure to go into your content collection and check that every file that appears is actually being used. You can see in my example that I actually have several files I have not used. This also includes 2 copies of the same syllabus template. It just so happens I know which file is the extra, so I'll go ahead and close this and select Recycle. And I'm going to go into Recycle Bin to delete files. So consider using the commands upload and create folder to add files and therefore prevent multiple copies of the same file. Additionally, consider using the content collection for updating the files that you have. For example, if I need to replace the syllabus, I can select its Option button and then select Overwrite to add the newest version of the syllabus. Next on the list is Course Tools. The difference between this list of tools and a list of tools in the course menu and content area is that this list contains options that can help you manage your course from the back end. One of those is the UTD photo roster. Select this link and you will see all the students' pictures from the student's ID. Since this is a very long list, I'll go ahead and click Course Tools, focus on the Grade Center and Full Grade Center. You'll then see all the students currently enrolled in your course and several default grade columns. Note that weighted total and total are calculated columns, meaning that you cannot enter a numeric value into the grade cells. Anytime you create an online assessment, a gradable tool, such as an assignment or test in your course, or graded discussions, you automatically get a column in the gradebook. But if you need a column to manually enter grades, you can select the Create Column button, enter the column name, for example, class presentation, scroll down, give the top number of points possible, click Submit. By default, the new column appears to the very far right. To enter the grades, just click on the grade cell. If by chance I need to change the grade, we recommend selecting the option in the grade cell and selecting View Grade Details. Note that I have the option to exempt, clear, or edit the grade. I'm going to go ahead and clear the attempt, select OK, and then return to the Grade Center. Okay. And now that you have an introduction to how to start adding material and managing your course, I want to go back to My eLearning and talk about resources. You have the option of calling the eLearning Help Desk that is located in our banner, 866-588-3192. Scroll down to the faculty links to help you prepare. These links include how to merge your course using Course Merge, submitting a request for a TA, or submitting a special training request. Additional resources include a link to the OIT Help Desk, as well as contacting the eLearning Help Desk. For more information, you can contact us with elearning@utdallas.edu.